Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about they're coming for your jobs. Pizza Hut worker says chain is replacing delivery drivers with Doordash, UberEats. So a lot of the, what I like to call fast food pizza chains, being like Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, a lot of them have tried to avoid getting involved with Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub for the longest time. Papa John's, I think, was the first to adopt them. Pizza Hut did adopt them for the most part, but they still kept their own drivers for some locations. Domino's recently finally took the knee and said, you know what, we're gonna do this. And now this Pizza Hut worker says the chain as a whole is not having in-house delivery drivers anymore and is making the full switch to DoorDash and Uber Eats. So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. A part-time Pizza Hut driver says his store has offloaded deliveries to popular applications like DoorDash and Uber Eats. Neil Blevins at Neil Blevins said he was informed by management that his position as a food deliverer will no longer be available. Instead, the business will rely solely on food transport apps. I'm going to leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. Dude, honestly, I know this sounds weird and it sounds off, especially coming from me. It's about time. Look, I am not a fan of these apps. I will be the first and foremost person to tell you that I have had my gripes with these apps for the longest time. And I will die on that hill with you. The reality is that these apps still are cheaper than having an in-house driver. Like, first off, that driver is probably not making as much money on food delivery services such as Domino's, Pizza Hut, etc. as you would be as a gig worker. That's number one. And number two, why not? It just makes sense. He says he posted his video to raise awareness for others who deliver for the franchise. Moreover, he believes that this trend may extend to all Pizza Huts. I mean, why wouldn't it though? I think people are starting to wise up. Like, it is cheaper to work with these apps than to have an in-house driver. You could pay somebody who may or may not be available during the times in which they are working. You could have an army of drivers on these gig platforms ready to deliver at any period of time. Say what you will, that's a better strategy.
So I'm a delivery driver part-time for Pizza Hut, and I was just notified today, February 28th, Friday, 2025, that delivery drivers will no longer be a part of Pizza Hut. They are going full-time with DoorDash, Uber Eats.
That's gotta be annoying. Like, I understand that it is a smart business move, but it's never fun to hear that your job is being replaced by a company that just does your job better. Like, that's never fun. And it's also a hard reality to swallow, to be honest.
Did give me the option to keep my job in the kitchen, which is pretty cool. But any delivery driver, you guys, they're coming for your jobs.
Okay, so they're not taking away your job entirely. They're just going to shift your position. In fact, that might actually end up being a more stable position too. I feel like your hourly is going to be better off that way, no?
Not to instill any type of fear, but they told me I had a week to drive, and then I can go into the kitchen and work, which I would get a little bit of a raise. I'm just letting you guys know, if you work for Pizza Hut and you haven't heard this yet, it may be coming to you, and it could be coming to other food restaurant businesses as well. May God bless you.
I mean, I feel like that's a little late of a warning, and that also said, it's the reality of the beast. You could complain about the fees and all of the costs and expenses that are coming from this. People are making more money as gig workers than they are employees. Restaurants are saving more money in the process, and customers are able to access more variety of meals than pizza and Chinese 99% of the time. This isn't news. There are benefits to this. Is this at every Pizza Hut? It appears in various markets across America. Other Pizza Hut locations are implementing the delivery strategy Belvins mentions. Furthermore, it seems that some areas began phase-outs of the dedicated location drivers at least a year ago. Yeah, they're kind of a late adopter, if I'm going to be honest. CBS News reported the day after Christmas 2023 that California Pizza Hut locations adopted this methodology. The outlet cite a piece by Business Insider, which wrote 2 major franchise operators in the Golden State were going this route. As these operators see hundreds of stores, more than 1,200 jobs were purportedly affected. Yeah, but there was a lot more opportunity in the gig economy anyways. It's less like jobs were lost and more like jobs were shifted and opportunities were brought elsewhere. The news came after revised state minimum wage laws stipulated fast food businesses with more than 60 locations must pay at least $20 an hour. As a means of combating the increased labor costs, it appears these locations ditched delivery drivers. Instead, the cost of delivering pizzas has been shouldered by independent contractors. And in the state of California, they also have Prop 22 backing them up, so there's positives in that. Typer Diem echoed these reports, stating that Pizza Hut wasn't the only fast food purveyor in California turning to 1099 delivery drivers. The only thing that this article has gotten wrong since I've made this point was the 1099 employees point earlier in the article. I don't know if I included it in the video as of yet. Like, sometimes I just let the clip play. Of course, you can always check the description for any of the source material that I use for this. Other reports. Furthermore, one Reddit user who posted to the site's Pizza Hut employee sub stated this same shift is happening in Oklahoma. No more drivers, they wrote in the Reddit piece, stating that as of January 2025, these duties will be taken over by Doordash. They argued the maneuver would only lead to a skyrocket in complaints because the Redditor stated any issues with ordering would have to be taken up with the app service. Subsequently, those problems would be relayed back to the restaurant. These effectively create additional obstacle for end consumers looking to resolve delivery issues. This was going to happen regardless. You think restaurants are always 100% accountable for the shit they pull either? Like, really? Think that out for a second. Conversely, Pizza Hut employee drivers, the Reddit user argued, can be held accountable. Moreover, this exact contact step can be sidestepped, they wrote. Corporate is shooting themselves in the foot with a giant shotgun, and customers are going to be very upset. I have nothing but love for Pizza Hut and have been a driver for almost 3 years. I hate to see the company go down this road. I truly love this place. I'm sad. It sounds like you're more upset that you lost your job than you are thinking about the benefit of the restaurant itself. Like, I get it. Like, no one wants to lose their job to anything. But the reality is that it is actually a better system for restaurants. They get free advertising in a sense. They get opportunities to have customers order from them. It's just an industry shift that is inevitable as a whole. Viewers are not in support. Numerous TikTok users who replied to Belvin's video held unfavorable outlooks on this purported transition. No one wants those fees. We prefer from the restaurants themselves, one user penned. Well, of course you would prefer the restaurant themselves, and they are free to go to self-delivery, but it's just more expensive to them. They're going to look for ways to cut costs. It's just a smart business move. No matter how many people don't like to hear that, that's reality. Pizza Hut's official TikTok account replied to Belvin's video, asking the employee for the location of his store. Additionally, another user commented that they had fond memories of delivering for a rival pizza chain. Moreover, they expressed gratitude for the financial opportunities it provided them. You know, you could always just sign up for these gig apps yourself and have more tax benefits from it. I feel like if you're actually in love with the opportunity to earn more through food delivery, you can just do that yourself. What's stopping you? I drove for Domino's for 15 years, was able to save enough money to retire at 50 with 2 houses. They said, I owe everything I have right now to be a pizza driver. That sucks for Pizza Hut. First off, that is probably not possible today, but at the same time, for every douche waffle ready to make a point about get a real job, there There you fucking go. This user remarked that they felt more comfortable if an actual employee of the store was delivering their meals. I hate that establishments are forcing DD and UE. There is no way to know who is actually handling your food, they said. I can't tell if this is a pity piece for Pizza Hut or a hate piece for gig apps at this point. Or both. Maybe that's the point. Like, everyone hates gig apps so much because the world is evolving and they're pissed about it. Whereas this commenter thought this move would only subject customers to potentially more issues with their orders. I can't stand places that use a service for delivery, they said. Nothing but problems. Ridiculous. And they don't GAF about your food. They don't work there. True, but I would like to remind everybody that everyone who works on these gig apps can be deactivated in an instant, so they're going to at least handle your food with care. I feel like all these people are also people who don't tip their drivers and therefore are going to leave comments on everything. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Look, I'm sorry to this guy that he is officially no longer a Pizza Hut driver. I think it sucks. I really hope that he finds better opportunity for himself. I hope that he does take that kitchen position and gets that little bit of a raise. But it just goes to show that people are upset when they lose these opportunities because it makes money. Because there's money in the opportunities. I feel like so many people are like,
oh my god, you're just gonna make pocket change the whole time. Why should I tip you? I don't think I should tip you. Get a real job.
you don't get this emotional and this upset and during the lengths of time that they are doing it because there's no money to be made. There is actual money to be made here. You just gotta be willing to put in the work. You just gotta find the right locations. And for gig workers, that also means you gotta diversify your gig portfolio. That means you gotta develop an exit strategy. The world is evolving. You can retire at 50 with 2 houses, but that also means you're making moves, which is exactly the things that we promote in the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Speaking of scalable opportunities, we have also kicked off the Build Your Own Delivery Service Provider course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers get more opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started with making the most amount of money in the amount of time and in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh.